Hey guys, it's Bella, and in this video we are going to read through another poem because we've done another video like this on the channel, reading through an epigraphic poem. This is from the epigraphic database, dated to the 6th century, found at Rome, and this is another one of those epitaphs which records some of the renovations which Emperor Justinian made after he had reconquered Italy from the Goths, and it does some of this work in forming an image of the Ostrogoths after they were no longer in political power to speak for themselves. So, as usual, I'm going to read through the poem and then give you my translation of it. So, Dum periturra jete potuissent castra suburbe, moverunt sanctis bella nefanda prius. Istaque sacrilegio verterunt corde sepulcra, martyribus quondam rite sacrata piis, quos monstrante Deo Damasus sibi papa probatos, affixo monuit carmine iuricoli, sed peri titulus confracto marmore sanctus, nectamenis iterum posse latere fuit, diruptar vigilius namos ec papa gemescens, ostibus expulsis omne novavitopus, sancto Alexandri martyri. So, while, and here we are, the Goths, the Getae, posuistent peritura castra suburbe, while the Goths possessed, and this is quite dramatic, the camps about to perish, the turus or the tura suffix in Latin is really, really difficult to translate into English, but it means the things which were about to perish. So while the Goths possessed those camps which were about to perish, suburbe, beneath the city, so presumably this is referring to the maybe fortresses around the city of Rome, which were about to fall to Justinian. Moverunt sanctis bella nefanda prius. They moved, what's the word? Accursed warfares bella nefanda, sanctis, to the saints. As in they brought cursed warfare to the saints. This is saying that the Goths almost like went too far and even attacked the holy. Istaque sacrilegio verterunt corde sepulcra. And they overturned the sepulchres with a sacrilegious heart. Martyribus quondam rite sacrata piis, the tombs which had been consecrated once in a holy manner to the pious martyrs. Now, this is rather understandable stuff for Justinian, right? Justinian and his Byzantine forces, which were reconquering Italy, were of course Catholic. The Ostrogoths were Arian, and it's a very understandable motive or a plausible motive for people in a post-Justinian time to write onto the Goths, even though, for instance, King Theodoric seems to have tolerated Catholics. We don't seem to have that much evidence of Catholic persecution under the Ostrogoths. That doesn't really matter because they're not around to contest the story. History is being written by the victors here, and so this religious motivation, this idea that the Goths are destroying, or they brought warfare to the saints out of some kind of anti-Catholic sentiment, or simply just for a lack of care, and this painting the Goths as these like feral animalistic creatures who will just plunder and kill and do whatever, much too dangerous to be allowed to rule Rome. So they overturned the tombs consecrated to the pious martyrs. Quos monstrante Deo Damasus sibi papa probatos, affixo monuit carmine iuricoli. So, what this means is these martyrs which, with God demonstrating monstrante Deo Damasus sibi papa probatos, Pope Damasus monuit affixo carmine, he warned with a sort of attached song, an attached poem, probatos, the holy martyrs, to himself, to or by himself, for himself, to be cultivated in law, yuri, for the purposes of law. It's quite difficult syntax here, but what this is saying is that Pope Damasus, with God guiding him through the advice of a poem, Damasus had, I guess, advised that these martyrs should be cultivated or should be venerated, which of course the Goths were not doing. So this is probably implying that the Goths destroyed some temples, the sepulchres of the martyrs, which Pope Damasus had warned them not to do, but they went ahead and did it anyway. It said, "Perri titulos confractum amore sanctus." But the holy title, and titulos can also refer to the inscription on a gravestone, like this inscription, but the inscription, the holy inscription, perished confractor marmore, with broken marble. So it's the Ostrogoths who are alleged to have broken this marble, even though, curiously enough, we know that the Catholics after Justinian were in the process of erasing many traces of Ostrogothic rules, such as that's why, for instance, the Scilian's manuscript is a palimpsest, because they were erasing the Gothic language and rewriting it with Latin texts in order to destroy the memories. But they're accusing the Ostrogoths of doing exactly that in this poem. It's really interesting. Nec tamenis iterum posse latere fuit. So I believe what this is saying is, nor was it possible for these men to be able to lie exposed again. And I don't fully understand what they're getting at here. Let's move on. But it might be referring to the fact that the bodies had decayed, so they couldn't sort of be exposed now that their tombs are broken. Dirota Vigilius nam moxec papa gemescens, which means Vigilius, the Pope, the moaning Pope Gemescens, soon mourning these dirota, these rooted out things, as if they've been dug up by pigs. Ostibus expulsis omne novavitopus. He renovated every task, every work of art, with the enemies having been expelled. So they're saying that Pope Damasus, during the period of Ostrogothic rule, he warned them not to, but he wasn't able to stop the Goths from destroying these tombs, and he couldn't do anything about it. Vigilius, the Pope, who came afterwards and is living in the present times, finding these things, he was able to restore the work with the enemy having been expelled, and he renovated this work for the sacred martyr Alexander, which is presumably the church that this is found in was probably a church dedicated to Saint Alexander. So there we go. We have an example here of almost a bit of Roman myth-making about the Ostrogoths, creating the ethnopoiesis, I think is the term for it in anthropology. This is a poem which is functioning to carve a certain image of the Goths for posterity, and it's an image which we still have today. We still have an image of the Ostrogoths as this barbaric migration era people who were best known for pillaging and sacking Rome. Well, not the Ostrogoths, I should say, the Visigoths, but the Gothic people in general. So yeah, there we go. That's the poem. I hope you guys enjoyed this little Latin tidbit. If you want me to teach you Latin or any of the other languages that I do on this channel, you can subscribe to my Patreon, which is linked on the main page of my channel, and it will also be in the hopefully in the description of this video if I remember. Alternatively, also, you can join my Discord server, which is also linked on the main page of my channel and will probably be in the description of this video. And it's a fun community where we share common interests, we talk about things. We often do Latin lessons on there, and there's a Latin resource list that's on there. It's all for free. I often post ideas for videos that I'm going to do there in advance. And with the channel, with the video, like, comment, subscribe to my channel for more Latin tidbits, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!